Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy.
What up, Doe Biz Nation? It's your boy Tay Biz. We are back with another video. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and had a great part or great beginning of your December. This is the last month of the year, so we are just getting to the tail end of 2024. And before we leave 2024, you know we got to come with a little bit of shenanigan right here. So you see the screen right now. You see what's going on. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and share, subscribe to the channel. Welcome to Biz Nation. Let's get it in. All right. So here it is. We have from the Shade Room, according to the NBC News, that Jay-Z has been accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl in the year 2000 alongside Diddy in a new lawsuit that was filed by a Jane Doe. Let's go ahead and read some of this content real quick. Let's go. So it says here, according to NBC News, that Jay-Z has been accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside Diddy. The Jane Doe accuser says that Jay-Z sexually assaulted her after the 2000 MTV Music Awards at a house party. The lawsuit was originally filed back in October and only named Diddy as a defendant. It was refiled Sunday, December the 8th, okay, naming Sean Jay-Z Carter. Jane Doe also said that the night of the alleged assault, a friend dropped her off at the VMAs venue although she did not have a ticket for the show. So she didn't have a ticket for the show, but she got dropped off at the VMAs venue anyway. She says that she was then she had approached various limousines in the attempt to gain access to the show or after party. One of the drivers invited her to an after party, saying that she fit what Diddy was looking for. All right. She says the driver later took her to the location of the house party where she signed what she believed to be a non-disclosure agreement or NDA. Jane Doe also says that she was offered a drink that made her feel woozy and lightheaded. Okay. She says she was then put in a room to rest, and then Jay-Z and Diddy came in after that and asking her if she was ready to party, in quotes. She claims that Jay-Z then removed her clothes, held her down, and sexually assaulted her as Diddy and an unnamed woman began to watch. Diddy has previously denied all claims against him. NBC News also says that they reached out to Jay-Z lawyer, although they have not heard nothing back. The attorney responsible for filing this suit has also filed for multiple Jane Doe lawsuits against Diddy in the last few months. So we have here a situation where there is someone who is claiming that Jay-Z sexually assaulted her at the VMAs venue in year 2000 after the VMA Awards show. And so there was a house party, and she was able to get to this house party due to a driver that was driving that night, okay? But we also want to take a look at what the reports are saying here, although CNN reported this as well. And let's see what they have to say about this as well, okay? So buckle up and let's go for this ride together. All right, let's go. Here we go.
A woman who claims she was sexually assaulted by Sean Diddy Combs has updated her lawsuit to include allegations that she was also assaulted by Jay-Z at the same party. The woman, identified as a Jane Doe, says she was 13 years old at the time the two men assaulted her at an after party after the Video Music Awards in 2000. Jay-Z strongly denies the claim, calling it heinous. He writes this in a statement, quote, "I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one." CNN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson is with us now. Joey, good morning. What do you make of this statement from Jay-Z as well as the updating of this lawsuit?
Yeah, Casey, good morning to you. I take it that he's swinging hard. He vehemently denies this, giving the indication that if this happened, then you know what? I should be in jail. And so why not bring forward criminal charges? And to the extent that the allegations in the complaint really do talk about what we've heard before, Casey, which is the drugging of someone. This also indicates that he would have held her down and forcibly raped her, which would be rape in the first degree, doesn't have a statute of limitations in New York. And so it should be investigated. But he really is saying that this is complete fiction. And last point on this, Casey, the lawsuit itself does give some indication of witnesses, not only the fact that there was another celebrity present, but after the fact that this woman went to a gas station. She was then a girl of 13, and a gas station attendant noticed her distress, and then she called her dad. And so there would be some indication of some witnesses, which it would take to corroborate the fact that something untoward, inappropriate, or illegal happened to her, if it did.
So that is the report that CNN also gave as well. And so it's interesting how Jay-Z said that he is saying, hey, if I did this heinous, is what he called it, heinous situation and crime, then why not file a criminal lawsuit? Why file a civil one? And so, in other words, he's like, I should be locked up if I did it. And he's actually testing that water, testing Miss Jane Doe and the attorney with that statement. This is a very, very interesting thing because his response sounds like he's innocent. However, the lawsuit and things of that nature, allegations and things of that nature that's going on now, it seems like the waters are so muddy that you have some people that are guilty of some of things. You have some people that participated in things as well, and they do not want to incriminate themselves. You know, there were some women that recruited other women. There were some men that recruited other men or recruited other women for Jay-Z or Diddy, allegedly, right? She said that the driver said to her that she fits the look that Diddy is looking for. She fits what he's looking for, things of that nature, you know. So it seems like Diddy is the one that's doing all the work in the background while Jay-Z sits in the background. He's just, receiving all of the benefits from the other recruiters and things of that nature. That's what it seems like. But one of the things that's very, very interesting about this is the fact that Jaguar Wright, and I know we did a live about this before on this channel, and you can check it out. We did a live about this where we had this thing, this proclivity where we want to believe everything she says, but then she goes left all the time. She goes into a place where it's like, okay, now you done went too far. It's kind of hard to take you seriously. But she is the one that called this out. She's the one that called this out and said that Jay-Z was going to be next. And so here's an interview. She was on a podcast or a YouTube channel called Real Life Productions. I'm going to drop the link in the description of the video and also the full interview as well, or one of the interviews that this interview as well, because it's very, very interesting the things that she says about this whole thing with Jay-Z. And this was months ago. This is probably like last year, I would think. I think that she did this interview, and now everything is coming to a head. A lot of things that she has said before has come to fruition now. I mean, we have to give her credit for that. All of the attitude, the antics, and all of the other things like that, we're going to put that to the side. I'm not going to dive deep into that. However, the information that she says, the things that she says about Diddy and Jay-Z, as you can see, is coming to fruition, and it's making her out to be the truth teller of the situation. But let's go ahead and look at this interview real quick with Jaguar Wright, and let's see what she has to say about Jay-Z. This had to be about a year ago, I would think. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this, man, and then we'll be right back. Let's go.
Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him. And so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Mm-hmm. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend?
All right, Biz Nation. So as you can see, even with the antics, again, a lot of people, can't agree with Jaguar Wright's presentation of the truth. However, the things that she has been saying for the last 7 months to the last year or 2 years has been, developing. And so, of course, she's been saying things for longer than that. However, we can't deny the fact that these things are happening. But I definitely will be interested in your thoughts in the comments, and I would like to know what you think about this whole thing with the Jane Doe, 13 years old, at the VMAs. You go to a house party afterwards around some grown folks. I'm trying to figure out, before whoever dropped you off, I'm trying to figure out where you're 13. Where are your parents? That's number one. Where's your mom and your dad? Who would drop you off? Who would just drop you off without being supervised at the VMAs? How did you even get to the VMAs? You didn't have a ticket because you're 13 years old. You ain't supposed to be there. So you're in a place where you're not supposed to be at the same time, and you're forcing your way through, or you're finessing your way through, however you want to get to that particular venue. And then you are surrounded by savages, monsters, and things of that nature. Allegedly, this happened. All right. I'm not claiming this happened. I don't know for a fact, but this is the alleged accusation. Okay. And then you are surrounded by monsters and individuals who love to prey on the young, the weak, and the parentless children. This is absolutely a nightmare of a situation. And so it's so many. I know it's going to be a lot of mixed emotions and mixed comments in there in the below, but definitely I would love to hear your thoughts on this. You're 13. You should be in the 13-year-old's place, which is with your parents. Your parents should have been taking care of making sure that you are where you're supposed to be at 13 years old. All this going to places where a lot of grown folks are, and you're 13 and less, or 13 and younger, that needs to stop. And so we talking about back in 2000, ma'am, why weren't you at home? And why wasn't your parents keeping you at home? And who dropped you off? And that means they had to be grown when they're driving. So what's going on here? So it's a lot of hit and miss facts and accusations in this particular lawsuit. And then with Jay-Z saying, hey, if this is a very heinous situation, if that's the case, then you should draw up some criminal charges against me. So file a criminal lawsuit instead of a civil one. You cannot say that wouldn't make more sense. It would make more sense to have a criminal lawsuit than a civil one. However, when it rains, it pours. You get one money grab after another, after another, after another, and then next thing you know, everyone is starting to chime in. Then everybody's a Jane Doe or a John Doe, and everybody is starting to say, "Hey, we can get some money off of this too." He paid out Cassie, he paid out this person, that person. A lot of lawsuits that have been settled privately. Yo, I want to get some of that money as well. I am now a victim after 20 plus years. I'm now a victim of a situation. So again, when it rains, it pours. These type of situations and lawsuits are something that has very sketchy and type of stuff in it. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to be honest and real with ourselves about it. And also it has a lot of sadness and a lot of negligence in it as well when it comes to a 13-year-old at a VMA at the Video Music Awards at MTV, and then you are getting in a limousine with a driver who tells you that you fit what Diddy is looking for, and you're 13 years old and you go with this individual. And the individual who's coming after you, they're sick in the head because they're telling you to come through with them. Allegedly, this all happened. All right. So another lawsuit in the books. This time the olive branch is extended to Jay-Z now instead of it being state with Diddy. So it's still tied to Diddy as well. And like Jaguar Wright said, he's smarter, he's not sloppy, things of that nature. But now it's starting to show its head, and just know we're going to see more and more and more lawsuits coming up. I'm almost certain of it. I mean, 2024 has ended with a lawsuit that we all knew at some point was coming, and now we see what it is. All right. 2025, we have no idea what's in store for 2025, but I'll tell you one thing. The year is not over yet. Stay tuned. We're gonna have more video, more content. However, hey, go ahead and like this video, share and comment, man. But I would love to know your thoughts. And yeah, let's stay tuned for this, man. I'm gonna be definitely looking in more into this situation and seeing what's going on here, seeing the details of it. You have Jane Doe saying that he sexually assaulted me at 13 years old, and Diddy and an unnamed woman watched. And now we have Jay-Z saying this is heinous. And if you said that I did this, then why did you file a civil lawsuit instead of filing a criminal lawsuit? Yo, it's your boy Tay Biz, man. I'm out. If you want more content from Tay Biz TV, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, man. Peace.